Welcome to day 10 of the 25 most notable bourbons of 2022.
And this just in. This one. This one.
That one.
Welcome back. Another day, another dram. I did it again.
Stealing my lines.
See what we got here.
Oh, that is very familiar. I get like a cinnamon toast, not cinnamon toast crunch, cinnamon toast. Cinnamon sugar toast for those of you all who know.
Yeah.
Raisin berry, definitely some oak and char.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cinnamon sugar toast, man, that's taking me back.
Maybe a little bit of leather, or at least I'm perceiving some age on
Oh,
the
I
nose.
definitely think. I mean,
Yeah.
who's to say how much, but I think there's definitely some of that going on, some like light tobacco as well, that smoky. Because I'm thinking like it's cinnamon toast, but it's cinnamon sugar toast, but it's almost like burnt. Like it's crispy on the edges, and I think that like smoky char is, for me, reading a little bit of tobacco.
Okay. Well, to your health.
It's pleasant.
It is pleasant. Very easy.
But I can tell there's proof there, right?
Yes. Proof and
It's rich.
age, or again, perception of age, as we like to say now.
There's some oiliness, you know, some silkiness to it. It's yummy.
It is. Second sip.
Like the first sip, as soon as it touches your tongue, the coating that starts to happen is what I think I like the most about this. It does settle in with more oak towards the finish. The oak builds. It's not too much for me, but if it were, again, a couple years older, a little bit more, it would probably be over that threshold for me. And I think along with that oak comes a little bit of dryness. But I don't mind it because I like the front half of it so well with that coating. Like I just don't mind it at all.
I've had some much, I'm gonna say younger, knowing nothing about this.
You know nothing,
But
Johnston.
perception of age is what I'm speaking about right now. I've had some younger whiskeys that have been a lot drier, and it's just been a killer. So yeah, I'm picking up that little bit of dryness, but it's not really a killer in any way. It's more kind of what is just a byproduct of age, and again, we're talking about perception of age.
Because we don't know at this point. For those of you who are just joining us,
we don't know what we're drinking.
I'd say the finish is long.
It is
Maybe
after
long to
you
long?
have,
A
2 or
sip or
3
two.
sips, yeah.
I think that like the cinnamon toast and that oak kind of hang out
And also a little brown sugar
through the end.
in
Yeah,
there. I got that on the very first sip.
cinnamon sugar toast. My apologies.
It is pretty lovely, pretty elegant.
Makes me happy.
Does.
This is one of those ones like when I say it reminds me of sinking into a warm bath. Like
Yeah.
it just, and I don't know if it's the hug, the way it settles, but it just feels comfy.
That analogy without the high proofness. I do think this might be barrel proof, but it's not like 130 and above, you know. I do enjoy it. Before we find out what it is, I want to tell you about our home on the internet. It's whiskyambitions.com. We're all through the month of December up until December 15th. Non-sale items are on sale by using the coupon code IBNHoliday10. That's where you can get the Glencairns that we're drinking from, all of our other glassware, our t-shirts, our long sleeves, our sweatshirts, hoodies, and hats, and bottle cut candles, and more. Always coming soon. That's whiskyambitions.com.
And you can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join our community for as little as $1 a month. We have a couple of barrel picks coming out this month that'll be released there first and maybe only, but they'll come out also into 2023. So we got a Makers coming out this month, another one for you guys before the end of the year, plus a Four Roses and a Russell's coming out in 2023, and lots more that I can't name right now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, ready?
Yes, me today.
Go for it. We
Okay.
have been drinking.
Oh, we didn't guess.
Well, I don't know. A little bit in my mind about WLW because when we did the BTAC video, we placed it behind like the George T. Stagg. You actually put it behind the Thomas H. Haney. You put it in third place.
I was shocked to have done that, to be honest.
I was close to doing that myself, so I feel like the WLW isn't as wowing as it has been in the past. So I'm thinking I wouldn't be totally shocked if it was that, but the age,
Yeah.
we got some other old things in here, right?
Yeah. So I think I'm feeling the same way. Like it could be the WLW, and the reason why I think it might be is because of those like cinnamon, raisin, oaky notes that like speak to my,
Yes.
Buffalo Trace meter. But I kind of feel like it might be on the older side. And I can't remember
Yeah.
off the top of my head the age of the WLW this year.
12 years.
12. I think it might be a little bit older than that. So then that
Yeah.
got me thinking, like, is this Heaven Hill Heritage Collection, which is 17 years? The truth is, I don't know, and I don't really have a good guess.
Looking at our age or our notes here, it's actually 12.8 years, so closer to 13 years if it is that WLW. But I'm with you.
It's reading higher.
It reads more age.
16, 17, who knows? We'll find out right now. Let's find out. They already know. They're laughing. Ah, this is the Russell's 13 year.
Dang. Okay, so 13 years.
It is 13 years.
Wow.
And the proof on that is 114.8. You said there was no way it was 130.
Yeah.
And that is true.
I said I felt like it was barrel proof, but not a high barrel proof. So that tracks.
That did track.
Was not picking up on the Wild Turkey vibe.
The Wild Turkey was not speaking to me at all.
Wow.
I mean, okay, I guess the only way in which the Wild Turkey was speaking to me was through the spice.
Yes.
But like I didn't recognize it that way. I was misinterpreting it.
Hindsight is always 20/20, but you know, you go back and you take a big whiff and you're like, oh, there you are, turkey. Now that I know, I know.
Turkey, I feel like, is difficult for us.
Turkeys like to hide.
It's kind of notorious for being hard to pin down for our palates. I think it's one of the harder ones to train your palate for.
Yeah.
Not to make excuses or anything, but there are some that have more of a obvious through line with their products. And I think turkey is one where things get mixed up depending on what the proof is, what the age is. But I like that from a distillery.
So why did we put this in here? I think because one, last year, which was the first year that the 13-year Russells came out, there was a lot of hype around it.
A lot.
And it took us a while to kind of come around to that. Our first, fresh crack or whatever you want to call it, neck pour, we were like, yeah, it's good, it's fine.
But what's all the fuss about?
What's all the fuss about? We came back to it a couple weeks later on a live, it had opened up more, we drank it down, and we're like, okay. Then because of that, and because of all the hype, we put it in last year's, and it did pretty well.
As it opened up more, it did even more well.
This year, we actually compared it to last year's, and we were like, okay, well, we like this year's better.
Yeah, I think like head and shoulders above last year.
Yeah, so we're like, so if we put it in last year, it's definitely going in this year, because there's no shortage of hype around this year's release either. 114.8.
It's comfy cozy.
It's a good.
The ability to find one
right proof.
for not secondary, I've seen them listed for like $250, $300 plus.
Yes, it should be $100. It is now an annual release, looking at a 75 corn, 13 rye, and 12% malted barley. It's not chill filtered and is barrel proof.
I think $100 is fair. For a 13-year.
I would shut up and take my money that any day. That's where we gotta leave it. If you haven't subscribed to us already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos down here. We'll see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Until then, drink more bourbon.